Alright, what's up, y'all? I'm on my daily tangent on semen retention, okay? I was sitting here talking to myself and I got so much shit to say, okay? And I don't even know where I'm gonna start with this fucking video because I already said so much of the shit off camera. But bro, semen retention is the only way out of everything. It's the only way you could survive, bro. As a man, like, you're wondering why your life is the way it is. You're wondering why you're depressed. You're wondering why you're making the fucking worst impulsive ass decisions. You wonder why your fucking life is going backwards. Every time you fucking relapse, hold on. Every time you relapse, bro, you think, oh no, I'm just relapsing and not learn every single time I relapse. No, bro, you're not learning shit every time you relapse. Every time you relapse, you're just creating that cycle again. You're not learning nothing new after every relapse. No, you could say you are. You could say you're learning this and learning that. And to some extent, you are learning something, but bro, like, it's not worth it. It's not worth relapsing, bro. Like, and to get to that point, now that I'm looking at it from this different perspective, bro, to get to that point where you just are not about to relapse, bro, you have to really be fucking focused, bro, because it's not just semen retaining. It's deeper than that. It's obeying God's commandments. And I know y'all people don't want to hear the religious shit. I don't want to hear the religious shit either. I talk to God and I read his word every now and then. I'm like, God, why is this shit so on point? I get upset because I'm like, why is this shit so on point? Why is it when we flee lust, we get blessed as men? We become kings. Why is the story of Solomon make so much fucking sense? Why does Solomon have not 300 wives or whatever the fuck? And it tore down his whole kingdom with God. It tore down everything that he had. Why? Why does that make sense? Why is that even a thing? Why did Eve bite the damn fruit? Why? You know, and that's why I stay close to, the God of, the Most High, whatever you want, the Creator, whatever. But you can't escape semen retention. You can't outrun it. You can't outrun the deeds you've done. You reap what you sow. We all reap what we fucking sow. I hate that shit. I hate that we reap what we sow. You know? I hate that we reap what we sow. Because we didn't ask to fucking be here. Why the fuck, when I want to watch something or I want to go lay with shorty and go, you feel me, lay with a whole bunch of different shorties, bro? Why when I want to lay with a whole bunch of different shorties, fucking, like, my life goes down or I'm taking on motherfuckers' demons and shit? Why? I didn't ask to be here, motherfucker. You know, that's how I talk sometimes. Like, I did not ask to be here. So I want to go look at something or pleasure myself. Why do I have to have a certain consequence or feel a certain type of guilt, shame, lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem? Why me? Huh? Why me? Some people could do it and they feel fine. Why do I have to feel like that? You know what I'm saying? But that's a blessing because there's bigger things coming for you. You know, people that don't feel conviction of nothing and they're just fucking at home just being a fucking bum, they're gonna be a bum. You're not a fucking bum. If you're looking at this video, you're not a fucking bum. But why would you want to keep relapsing and deal with the low self-esteem, the low confidence, to where you can't say no to people? You can't say no to your family. You can't say no to your homegirls, your homeboys. You're so easily manipulated, naive, easily motivated to do the wrong thing, easily motivated to go against your own consciousness because you're not in tune with yourself no more. You relapse from them 1 to fucking 3 to 4 or 5 days. Let's say 1 to 5. Day 1 to 5 is the boot camp for the real shit. If you are failing boot camp, day 1 to 5, not only that, bro, day 1 to 5 is literally the playing ground, bro. And that's you getting out of hell. Because when you fucking relapse and you go into these lower states of consciousness and these lower vibrations, the lowest vibrational thing on the plane is fear, shame, guilt, all that bullshit. What do you feel when you relapse most of the time? 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10 maybe. You feel unmotivated, you feel a little bit of shameful, you feel a little bit of guilty, you feel a little bit of fucking confused. And you get a little bit dumber. You lose sense of self, you lose higher wisdom and consciousness. So you relapse, and then sometimes you don't even care that you relapse because you're not even able to grasp the concept of what it felt like to be retaining anymore. If you have been on that journey, you don't even know what it feels like to fucking live in the world and fucking feel powerful. Not only just powerful, but just feel like a fucking king, my nigga. You don't know what it feels like to feel like a king because you haven't held onto your energy long enough to feel that way. I'm telling you, once you get to that one little streak to where you get to a decent amount of time holding on to your fucking life force energy. Once you get to a certain amount of time holding on to your life force energy, bro, I'm telling you, you probably will never forget that energy, and you'll always be chasing it. I need to get back on I need to get back on it. 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 Because you felt the power of being a king. You felt the amount of energy to where you could go hit 3 workouts a day. You could go get this done. You could be focused. You could say no. You could say hell no. You could call I don't want to say that, but you could be outside. You could be outside or whatever the case may be, and someone disrespect you, and you could be man enough to fucking speak, motherfucker. When I'm not on my streak, and I'm just fucking around and being stupid, bro. When people come up to me and they disrespect me, bro, cause I play shit smart. I'm not just finna go act a fool with anybody, bro. Niggas is crazy. But when I'm not on my streak and people may say something slick, like at my job, people may say I work in like a customer service type place. People may say something slick, bro, and I won't say nothing back to them. And I'll think about it all day. I'm like, and then I'll be like, why the fuck did I let them disrespect me? It's not even a pride or ego thing. It's a fucking respect thing. With a little bit of pride, a little bit of ego, but it's more so respect for yourself. Do you respect yourself enough to fucking not let people talk to you crazy? If you don't, then that's what happens when you're on in your lower chakras. In your lower states of consciousness, where the demons and the entities are grabbing at your fucking feet. As soon as you relapse, they're already trying to drag you to hell. What are they saying? They're saying, hey, commit suicide. Kill yourself. They're saying commit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're already in your lower chakra. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're already in your lower chakra. So when you relapse, they're pulling you down like, yeah, let's get him to do this. Let's get him to mess up again. Let's get him to relapse again. Let's get him to mess up his money. Let's get him to mess up his relationship with his wife, his kids, his daughter, his son. Let's get him to mess up his relationship with himself. Let's get him to be back lazy and a bum and dirty and broke and fucking not knowing himself. Let's make him feel insecure. Let's keep pulling him down. He already relapsed. Let's pull him down more. That's the entities. You don't understand. The entities fucking love when you relapse. And if you don't believe in that shit, to each his own. I don't give a fuck. But I'm just trying to let you guys know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, being on your streak is the best thing you could ever do. And sometimes I think about it, I'm like, why aren't we already authentically like this? Even if we do relapse. You know, that's some things that I ask myself, I ask God, I'm like, why can't we always just feel super confident as men, as masculine men, so if we could provide for the feminine, we could provide for our families, we could stand up for ourselves, be successful, consistent, diligent, be filled with integrity and consistency. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we always feel like that? And that's the commandments of the universe, my nigga. It's out of my control, but you have to play the game correctly because God is rooting for you. Fuck me, I'm nobody, nigga. God is rooting for you. He's saying, come on, son, you got it. You got it, man. Come on, one day. Let's say no. Let's practice saying no. Let's get up in the morning. Let's get up, look in the mirror, and fucking look at all my insecurities in the mirror. I'm looking at all my insecurities. Everything I look at in myself, I see every flaw. And let's say just still fuck it. Let's go get it. Let's still not relapse. Let's still get up in the morning and do what I gotta do and feel shitty that whole day. That's what you have to do from the first fucking couple weeks of semen retaining. You have to get out of that fucking lonesome, weak ass energy. And that's the hardest part, because it's all, like I said, it's like hell. You relapse, it's like hell. You got all these energy and entities pulling you down. You're tired, you're lethargic, you don't want to fucking wake up. Your body hurt like a motherfucker. You feel like an old ass man. And you a young ass cat. You feel like an old ass man after you relapse. Them first 1 to 5 to 6 days. It's not a fucking joke. Your semen produces quickly though. Like by day 3, my nigga, by day 3, you already have semen being built. If you know how to transmute this shit, 11 on the clock, you know how to transmute this shit, you can use it to your advantage, bro. Even at the lowest stages, day 1 to 3, you could transmute that fucking sperm. Like you could transmute it into yourself. That all that energy, life force. Work out when you don't want to. If you work out when you're at your lowest and you're already in that dungeon and you're already like, fuck, it's like hell. Day 1 to 3, motherfucker, it's like hell. The real ones understand what I'm saying. If it's nothing fucking hurts and sucks more than day 1 to 3 or day 1 to 5 or the first week. You feel like shit. By day 7, you should be feeling pretty good though. But you know, anyways, use that energy correctly. Because every time you relapse, it's like you're a newborn baby again. You're a newborn baby, you don't know fucking which way to go. And it's so fucking weird, bro, because it's like you're giving your life force energy. Because when you're having a kid or something, you're giving your life force energy to produce a kid, like in a woman's womb. If you're just using this shit to just fuck around and jack off and do all this other shit, bro, like you just gave away all your masculine manhood energy to nothing. And now you're stuck fucking like a baby. You're stuck like a kid. You're not at your normal state. You're not at your masculine state anymore because you released to some bullshit. Not even in a bitch, my nigga. You released into some bullshit. And now you have to deal with the consequences. You know what I'm saying? But back to what I was saying. Day 1 to 5 or day 1 to 3, whatever. Use that energy to focus. Stop doom scrolling. Stop fucking being on the web. Stop liking and commenting and subscribing to everybody else's shit. Like and comment and subscribe to your own videos when you're ready. If you're ready, do it. If you're ready to get the fuck off social media, delete that shit. And I don't mean delete that shit like delete the app, nigga. I'm talking about, nigga, delete the whole fucking user. I don't give a fuck if you got 10,000 followers. If you really serious about getting to that next level and you understand what the fuck I'm saying, nigga, delete that whole shit, bro. And let's let that be your own decision, bro. Let's let that be your own decision, because some of y'all are making money on that shit and some of y'all are using it wisely, but most of us are just doom scrolling. Fucking, we doom scrolling, la 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 on day 1, la 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 la, fuck it. Or on day 2, la la, just doom scrolling. You just see some cheeks and you're like, fuck. Let's do it. You don't even have a second thought. You're like, just fuck, let's do it. You're like, fuck it, I'm not doing nothing else, because you're already in that fucking idle ass mindset. Searching for dopamine. Fuck the dopamine. Fuck dopamine. You do not need that shit to live. Whoever said you need that shit to live, you do not need that shit to live. You could have dopamine with no internet, no lights, nigga. All you need to find some dopamine, nigga, go work out. Go work out, nigga. Go work out. That's your dopamine. You don't need none of this bullshit, internet, TV. But then again, that's my own journey, so I'm not gonna push that on y'all necessarily. But if I'm just trying to give you guys a different outlook on certain things. But yeah, man, hold on to your energy, bro, because that's what's gonna make you successful. That's what's gonna bring in them job applications. That's what's gonna make you a leader in your family what's gonna make you the man of the household. Even if you don't have a dad in the household. Maybe it's your mom, your sister, and your little brother. You know what I'm saying? If it's them, and you're the oldest, or you're grown enough, 13, I don't know, fucking 13 to however 13 up, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever age. Be a man. You could be a man. You could be a man now. Retain your energy. You could be a man now. You could be a man at 13 damn near. Fuck around, bro. You got kids walking around with blickies and shooting people and shit. Yeah, you could be a king, bro. You could be a king right now. I don't care how old you are. The fuck? But bro, I think that's all for this video. There's a lot more shit that I was saying, bro, but yeah, man, really just 555 on the clock. 15555 on the clock. Retain your fucking energy. Do what you need to do. Stay disciplined, stay consistent. Stay away from that fucking dopamine. Stay away from that phone after 10 o'clock. I turn my phone off. I'm not saying this to push my own journey on you guys. I'm saying this to maybe spark an idea. Like, maybe I should turn my phone off at 10 and just read or write or draw or color. Do something less dopamine receptivated. If that's a word, you feel me? But yeah, again, I feel like I'm going to be rambling now, so I will end the video.